Welcome to the channel and welcome to Warhammer 40k 8th edition. It's Necrons versus Space Marines. Today my Space Marine force, known as the 13th, have been called into action, called upon to invade this tomb world and destroy the Necrons, destroy the Xenos threat that are waking up inside these ancient walls. And so we're going to be playing Cleanse and Capture. It is Search and Destroy deployment. That's the one with quarters. The 13th will be coming on from this quarter here, spilling down. That's the outside. Those are the steps that lead down into this tomb world, and my opponent will be deployed on this quarter over here. And Cleanse and Capture is 3 cards a turn every turn. And talk about my opponent, I'm with the lovely Idic Beer.
Hi guys.
Right, so Nick has his own YouTube channel. It's been going on for a very long time, longer than Striking Scorpion, since the days the internet was born, I think. And I'm in Nick's studio. This is his terrain. He's kindly invited me down. Nick is also a member of the War Games Alliance. There's a group of YouTubers sponsored by wargamesuk.co.uk. And just like Space Marines are my first love, Necrons are Nick's first love. So this should be a very interesting game. Very looking forward to fighting on this battle grid. Let's go and have a look at these armies. Okay, this is 2,000 points worth of Space Marines. It's a battalion and a Outrider Spearhead. It's the one with the fast attack units in. And the Librarian is my heroes, Null Zone and Smite, and there's a Lieutenant there, and then 3 units of troops. So I've got 10 scouts, 10 close combat, 10 shooty scouts, and a unit of tactical Marines there. There's a combi Flamer and a heavy bolter in that tactical squad because of points. And then 2 Forge Word quad guns at the back there. These things are quite brutal. They've got 12 shots, 12 heavy bolter shots. I intend to stick the Lieutenant back by them because heavy bolter strength 5, but re-rolling 1s might be quite useful. And as you can see, I haven't got much of a static gun line apart from those quad bolters in the backfield. I wanted to get mobile. So with the theme of getting mobile, we have a Storm Raven gunship, 10 Hammer Terminators, and Honoured Brother Matthias is coming. He's got a Melter and a Heavy Flamer. The idea is they all jump inside of that thing, and the Chaplain and Librarian, that's the word, yep, jump in it as well and deliver the Emperor's Justice to any nuggets that need cracking open. And for more tactical flexibility, we have 3x4 bikes. And brother Captain Gabriel Locke, he hasn't been out in 8th edition yet, so he's coming out finally with his Relic Blade Combi something grav, that's the one, and Storm Shield. And each of these squads, there's a power weapon and a grav in one grav, one power weapon in each of these squads here. So quite a bit of mobility, quite a lot of bodies for the Necrons to chew through. But we know no fear. Let's go and have a look at the Necrons. Forgot to mention, using Chapter Tactics Iron Hands today because it's just easier to remember when filming battle reports, and Gabriel Locke will be my Warlord. I'm going to give him that Storm of Fire Warlord trait because it's fruity. I'll tell you what it does as and when it comes up. Right, this is 2,000 points of very old school Necrons. I like it. It's a battalion and an Outrider detachment, so Nick's got 7 command points as well. So what am I looking at, Nick?
Okay, so we've got a Lord with a Hyperphase Sword. He
Yes.
can have Enduring Will, which is Warlord trait.
Okay.
Then he's got 3 troops with him, 2 squads of 5 Immortals with Tesla.
Right.
17 Warriors.
17.
Yeah, and then for the Outrider detachment, I've got a Cryptic with a Staff of Light and the Veil of Darkness.
Right.
2 Elite squads, 9 Flayed Ones in each.
Yes.
And then we're on to 6 fast attack choices. So I've got 3 squads of Wraiths, all with particle casters, 6 in each.
Yeah.
And then 3 squads of 8 Scarab Swarms. And that's 2k points on the nose.
Okay, so no vehicles at all in this list, and it looks like our thoughts merged somewhere deep in the warp because I was thinking, let's bring a fast list, and clearly you've been thinking exactly the same thing. Drinking the same Kool-Aid. A very fast list as well. This is going to be an interesting game. Okay, we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of Cleanse and Capture, Idic Beer versus Winter's SEO. And I managed to get my army down first, and I even managed to combat squad the Tactical Marines, as you can see. 5 guys there, 5 guys there. We don't know who's going to go first yet. We're going to do the roll-off. You can see the Lieutenant with the quad launchers up here. And yeah, Terminators Dreadnought and Librarian and Chaplain inside the Storm Raven, ready to bust forward. And I'm very worried about getting pinned back in my corner, so put some bikes here and bikes spreading across the line. The idea is some of them can go that way or some of them can come this way, go right and left, and not get pinned back in, because Nick has got a very fast army. I'll put some scouts outside of my deployment zone. You can do that with scouts as long as they end up 9 inches away from the enemy deployment. And I could have put them up close and potentially had a first turn charge, but I don't know if that would have been successful, and I don't know how much I want to charge this Necron force, to be honest. I haven't played Necrons in 8th edition, quite familiar from 7th and before, but not in 8th edition. So charging into this, let's face it, Scarabs are assaulty, the Wraiths are assaulty. I mean, these are hordes, but they only assault. Wraiths assault, more Scarabs, more Wraiths. It's a very fast, very mobile, very assaulty list. I need to shoot it with bullets first and whittle it down before I go wheeling in with 10 scouts. So I'm very conscious of getting trapped back in the corner. Nick is going to be moving out of his corner very, very quickly. There's 2 units of flayed ones in Deep Strike Reserve. There is the Warlord or the Cryptek back there.
That's the Cryptek.
Cryptek back there. He's got Veil of something. Darkness. So that means he can teleport somewhere on the battle grid, more than 9 inches away from an enemy model. So with Flayed Ones coming in and the Veil of Darkness coming in and this wall of steel and armor and zombie machine might busting out of this corner, the Necrons are not going to be here for very long. They are going to respond to this aggression from the Imperium very, very quickly. Okay, we're going to roll off to see who goes first. I get +1 to this dice roll because I put down my army first. Nick put down his army second, so if you want to roll a dice for me, sir.
Yeah, there we go.
And you get 2.
Oh, good.
So as long as I don't roll a 1, I got a 2. +1 for deploying the army first is a 3. I'll be going first, unless you want to sneeze the initiative.
I'm definitely going to have a go.
Stealing's bad, Nick.
Here we go. No.
No, that's a 4. It will be the Space Marines. It will be the 13th. We have got the initiative on these Necrons. Let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the 13th in turn 1. Destroy the Xenos threat, no prisoners. Destroy them with bullets, overwhelming firepower, and defend Objective 3. So here we are after my movement phase, and Captain Gabriel Locke has zipped over this way. The reason for that being is because I can put Storm of Fire on this quad bolter. They'll have Storm of Fire, and the Storm Raven will have Storm of Fire as well, and re-rolling hit rolls of 1, so that's quite juicy. This tactical squad running onto this objective here, and the bike squad that was close to them basically spreading out and spreading around, because I'm aware that there are some deep striking shenanigans that the Necrons can pull off. So the quad bolter was out of range anyway, and I've let it go backwards, because if it had stayed there after the Storm Raven had moved, then I could have had flayed ones and deep strikers and nastiness right in my back passage, and you don't want Necrons in your back passage. So that's pulled back, and I need overwhelming firepower and no prisoners. Just destroy something with bullets. If I shoot it to death, I'll get a point, and no prisoners get a point if I kill a unit, and there's a unit of Immortals here. And they're 5-man squad, right?
Yeah.
5-man squad, so that could be first blood as well. As for defend Objective 3, that's Objective 3. So the scouts obviously knew what they were doing, infiltrating into that position, pulling back a little bit, because I'm very conscious of those charges. And the bikes that were close to them are now in range, 24-inch range, to take on the other Immortal squad down here. So long story short, lots of tactical repositioning here. I should get 2 points at the end of Nick's turn if I manage to hold on to Objective 3. And I just need to kill stuff. So let's go on to the shooting phase. Right, let's start off with the Storm Raven, because I might blow away these Immortals and be out of range of the other stuff. So the Assault Cannon. And the assault cannon will go into these guys along with the multi-melters, and then the missile launchers will hit the wraiths instead. So twin assault cannon, 12 shots, hitting on 3s, and I am within 6-inch range of my captain, so I am re-rolling 1s, and there's a lovely 1. I should mention that these dice are not available from Winter's SEO. They were a gift from the boys at SN Battle Reports. Check them out. And look at that. They've got a lovely Winter's logo on them. So thank you very much, guys. Winter's dice will be coming eventually. Strength 6, toughness of Immortals 4. So I'm wounding on Thriz. So like that. And right, the way the Storm of Fire works, so these are AP -1 because it's a heavy bolter, assault cannon, and any 6s to wound are AP +1 basically. So instead of -1, these become -2.
Okay.
But you're in terrain.
Yes.
So these are 3 normal saves and 3 at -1, please.
Okay, 3 normal.
Yeah.
All saved.
Yeah. That's
3
good stuff.
-1, I'm in cover, so still a 3+ as well.
Well, it becomes, and you save them all anyway. Yeah, that would have been -2, but +1
yeah.
cover. But you saved everything, which is highly annoying. So let's fire 2 multi-melter shots. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s, thanks heaven. 1 hit, strength 8. And that's a wound at -4.
Okay, 3+ and vulnerable. 1, no, takes a wound.
Cool. No, these guys.
I thought you were the wraiths.
No, the melters, the multi-melter and assault cannon were hitting the Immortals.
Okay, sorry. So one of these down.
Yep, and the missiles now are going into the wraiths, hitting on 3s. Both hit. Strength 8, toughness something.
5.
5. 3s to a wound, and that doesn't wound. Right, so the Storm Raven has fired and I've killed 1 Immortal. Sigh. There's a heavy bolter here. Let's fire the heavy bolter in on this squad here. Hellfire rounds. Hellfire rounds. Let's do that. Let's spend a command point for Hellfire rounds. Need to hit first, sitting on a 3. That's a hit, and with Hellfire rounds it does D3 mortal wounds. It has cost me a command point though. One mortal wound, 1 more Immortal dies. Quad turret. In on the Immortals, got 3 to get through. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s because I'm in range of Gabriel Lock. Strength 5, toughness 4. So I need 3s. Okay, that's pretty good. So these are -1, but you're in ruin. So 5 normal saves and 2 at -1, sir.
Okay, 5 normal.
Yep.
In 2s, all saved.
No, 1, 2, 3. 3 die. That's 3 2s there. Because you're in a ruin, so it's +1.
Okay.
But it's AP -1. Because it's a heavy bolter.
I think it's a normal save. So.
Yeah. So 3 of them wiped out. I think that's the squad.
That's it, yeah.
Yay. No prisoners, first blood, and overwhelming firepower. Then the only thing left in range that can fire is this unit of 4 bikers. I am just in range of this unit of Immortals here, so let's shoot with them. 3s to hit. Everything hits, and strength 4, toughness 4 is 1 wound on these guys. They're not... Okay, they get a 2-up cover save because they're in terrain. And
Save.
that's a save, and that's the end of my shooting phase. In fact, that's the end of my everything phase. Aquila unit, it's the end of turn 1. The Space Marines are here, the 13th are here, and that's 3 points to 0. 1 for no prisoners, 1 for first blood, and 1 for overwhelming firepower. It's time for the Necrons to respond. Let's go on to Necrons. Turn 1. Here are the orders for the Necrons, and they're very fitting. They want to secure their tomb world. Secure 4, secure 5, secure 5. Right, here we are after Nick's movement phase. He's keeping the flayed ones in his pocket for now. So those 2 units are not deep striking in. However, the Necrons that were over there have used the Veil of Darkness and have teleported forward with their Cryptek. And they are looking at gunning down the scouts that are defending Objective 3 and denying me those 2 points there. That's going to be a lot of shots. How many in that squad, Nick?
17.
17. So that's a lot of 34 rapid bolt fire shots coming in. Not bolt fire, Scouse. Xenos Tech coming in my face. It's going to be very painful. Maybe those scouts will be able to hold on. Meanwhile, these wraiths are the only unit that advanced. They've advanced up through the middle of the board, and they are securing Objective 5. Remember, Nick's got that in his hands. He's going to get 2 points at the end of the turn just for holding on to that. And then the rest of the forces are just springing forward. The Immortals back here with a unit of Scarabs, and then we have Scarabs and Wraiths coming this way. This is the other objective that Nick needs to take. We measured up, and that'll be an 11-inch charge for those Wraiths if they get in there, but it's potential. I've seen an 11 before. It does happen, not with my dice, with other people's dice. So the Necrons are pushing forward. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Opening up the shooting phase, the Xenos mean to blow these scouts off of objective 3. So the Cryptic firing first with a what of what?
It's got a Staff of Light.
Staff of Light. 3s to hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. Strength.
5.
Nice.
3s.
3s to wound.
-2.
-2, so they have a 4 up. -2 is a 6 up, but I'm in a ruin, so 5 up, right?
Yep.
So 2, 5 ups. And I make 1, fail 1. What's the damage on them?
1.
Just 1, so they have a 6 up Iron Hands Chapter Tactic save, which I pass. Now the Warriors are opening up 17 shots times 2 because they're all in rapid fire range. Here's the first volley hitting on 3s. And that looks pretty good. 11 hits the first time. Here's the second volley. That was 24 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. What are they called? Gauss flares?
Gauss flares, yeah.
Right, 15 wounds caused. Gauss flares are -1, so I'm not getting the benefit for cover here. This is just 4 up scout armor saves, and I make quite a lot of them. Actually, I only made 7 of them, and so 8 6 up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics thingies, and I make none of them. 8 of the scouts get wiped out, leaving 2 remaining. So only 2 scouts hold on to that objective, and then there were a couple of particle caster shots coming in from the Wraiths, and that's the end of the Necron shooting phase. So in the charge phase, these Scarabs have declared a charge against the Scouts. I've put a wound in on Overwatch, and Nick needs an 11-inch charge. Will they make it in to finish off these Scouts? No, that's a 6. And then also in the charge phase, these Wraiths declared a charge, and in this tactical squad over here, I put a wound on a Wraith as well. But it's a 12-inch charge. We double-checked. 12-inch charge.
Double 6.
1. No.
Ooh.
Do you want to spend a command point? 1 in 6 chance?
No.
Can I tempt you?
No.
Okay, that's the end of Necron's turn 1. Now I'm going to have to burn 2 command points to keep the scouts alive in the morale phase, put me down to just 4 command points remaining, because I am defending objective 3, and that's worth 2 points, which means I'm up to 5 points at the end of turn 1 for defending it. Nick's got 2 points for taking objective 5, taking the tomb in the middle of the table, taking the objective in the middle of the table. So it's 5 points for the Space Marines, 2 points for the Necrons, but we're a long way from over. This wall of steel is yet to hit the Astartes lines. Let's go on to Space Marines, turn 2. Here are the orders from High Command for the 13th, and they're going to be tough. Master the Warp, assassinate, kill a character. There's only the Cryptek and the Overlord. An area denial, make sure there's no enemy in the center of the board, and it's swarming with Wraiths. Here we are after the movement phase for the Space Marines, and I need area denial, which basically means clear out this unit of Wraiths here. They're within 6 inches of the center. I think we agree that that point there is the center, so that would be 1 point. However, clearing 2 units away from the center, making sure there's no enemy units within 12 inches of the center to get D3 points, that's not going to happen because they're within 12, they're within 12, the Scarabs in the back are within 12. There's a lot of units within 12 of this tomb world. So kill this unit of Wraiths. Very, very simple. That's all I need to do. And Master of the Warp. So before the Storm Raven moved forward, the Librarian jumped out and is now there within 6 inches of the Wraiths. Now he has Null Zone, and if I pull it off, Wraiths have a 4-up invulnerable save, and Null Zone ignores invulnerable save. So that's the plan.
3-up invuln.
3-up invuln, yeah. Honoured Brother Matthias has jumped out of the Storm Raven as well, so essentially all that's left in the Storm Raven is a Chaplain and 5 Hammer Terminators. And then this squad, the Scouts, the bikes that were there, everyone's moving around to get in range of that unit of Wraiths to try and get me area denial. And that's pretty much it. Over here, these guys staying back, counterpunch unit in my hand, couple of shots at the Wraiths maybe. This squad that was heading towards objective 4 are dead anyway because there's loads of Wraiths charging down towards them, so they thought they would walk forward, get into rapid fire range and engage their bolt rounds. And then over here my lieutenant has moved back to make sure that his reroll wound bubble is equally spread out between these 2 quad launchers. And these guys are slowly sinking in the mire. I sure hope that green stuff is not acidic because it might burn through my power armor. Starting off the psychic phase, this Librarian needs to cast Null Zone. I need to negate this invulnerable save. This is game changing, or not game changing, this is turn changing. Got to kill these Wraiths. Warp charge value of 8, it's a tough one. And that's a 9.
Oh,
that's a 9.
That's not good.
And Nick, you have nothing to deny that, right?
That's not good, no.
Nothing to deny that. Nice, so that's Master of the Warp as well. And now let's smite. And that passes, you need 5 for a smite. This will do D3 mortal wounds, and that's 3 mortal wounds. And the wraiths have 3 wounds each, so that kills one of them. Right, let's fire some gun. Starting off with Matthias, firing a heavy flamer. How many auto hits? That's 3 auto hits, and this is strength 5, they're toughness 5, right?
Yeah.
So force to wound, and that is 1 wound at -1 AP. What is their normal armor save?
4.
4 up.
Yeah.
So 1, 5 up. No, 1 takes a wound.
Yeah.
And let's fire the multi-melter, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 8, toughness 5, wounding on a 3. And that's a wound, it's -4. So you don't get any save. And this does D6 damage. Actually, you're within half-inch range, so it's 2d6. Pick the highest. 5. So I killed one. Lessons learned, should have fired the multi-melter first. Twin bolt gun. Combi grab from Lock. Twin bolt gun on the bike. Rapid fire range. Hitting on 2s. Everything hits. Strength 4. Toughness 5. Wounding on 5s. 1 more wound, sir. No AP. Just a 4 up save.
That's the recover save, but
yeah.
No, takes a wound.
Takes a wound. And now the grab, which is rapid fire. 18-inch range, so 2 shots. Both hit. Strength 5. Toughness 5. No wounds. Then these scouts fired in, caused a wound, and then this unit of 10 scouts rapid fired in, and 2 3-up saves to make because you're wholly within a terrain piece there,
Yep.
which you make, and then 3 4-up saves because these are -1 because of Storm of Fire.
2 wounds.
2 more wounds, so that one was on a wound.
So he's down to 1 wound there.
What's the leadership of these guys?
10.
10. Oh yeah, is all Necrons leadership 10?
Yeah.
Did I say something very stupid that I should have known for many, many years? You can say yes.
Maybe.
So when has Necron leadership not been leadership 10? I mean, seriously.
Only when there was an error in the index. And
Oh, right, okay.
In the tech was leadership 9 for a while until the FAQ came out.
Okay, yeah, they're always leadership 10, right?
Yep.
Right, now the bikes are firing. I am still within 6-inch range of Lock. These are all the twin bolters, and I'm re-rolling 1s. Right, that was 16 hits with the reroll. Now I'm winning on 5s, looking for those magic 6s for Storm of Fire.
Okay.
So this is what we got to wound. So 4 4-up saves, but they're in a ruin, so they're 3-up saves, and then 2 of them.
3 ups.
Yep.
1 wound.
Just 1, and then 2 more 4-ups, please, sir.
Both
And that's a
saved.
pass, and that's a pass.
So he's good.
Is there only 2 left?
2 left.
I'm running out of gun. Grav. 3s to hit. Both hit. Strength 5, toughness 5. That's cocked. 2 wounds at -3. Now Grav does D3 damage if your armor value save is 3 or more, but Wraiths have an armor value of 4, so this will only do 1 wound each. It's -3, you're in a ruin, so you need 2 6s.
2 6s coming up. No.
No 6s.
2 wounds, yeah?
2 wounds, so 4 to get through still. What else can shoot? Running out of gun, running out of gun. This unit of bikes firing across at the Wraiths. Twin bolt guns, 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s because of they're within 6 inches of Captain Lock there. 7 hits, 5s to wound. 2 wounds, just 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves.
1
Pass, fail, 1 wound. He's on 1 wound left.
Okay.
Nice, down to 1 Wraith remaining. We have 1 Wraith to get through. I'd rather not fire the Storm Raven at it if I can. Now the only thing, because of this large line of sight blocking terrain piece in the way, the only thing that can now see him is that bolt gun, that quad bolter sinking in the ooze there. So he will fire before I use the Wraith, the Storm Raven. So 3s to hit, 12 shots, no rerolls. And it's strength 5, toughness 5, that many, 5 wounds. I don't think Null Zone will work anymore because you're out of the 6-inch thing, but you're getting a 3-up cover or a 3-up and run, but you've got 5 to get through now.
No problem.
Please fail them all. You only failed 2.
2, 1 wound left.
1 left. What was that, Nick?
All this for 1 point.
I know, just 1 point to get through. Alright, nothing over this side of the table can see that. Damn Wraith. So the Storm Raven's going to have to spray 12 shots with the assault cannon into him, but say I don't kill him, because you've got 3-up and vulnerable save. So I spray loads and loads of firepower, and you make all your saves. I was going to say 12 assault cannon shots into him, and then the melter and the storm spear somewhere else, but I know what my roll-in's like. Yeah, let's do the rockets and the assault cannon into him because I'm that paranoid. And the 2 melters. Let's put the 2 melters into this other unit of race. So twin melters into that unit of race because that's easier to do. 3s to hit, 1 hit, strength 8, 1 wound, 1 3 up in Vun on a wraith, sir.
Saved.
Saved, yeah, okay. Now let's fill this guy with lead. The twin assault cannon is a heavy weapon, but I power the machine spirit, so ignore moving and firing heavy weapons. 3s to hit. 7 hits, 3s to wound, 1 wound to get through. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 saves, 4 3 up invulnerable saves. He's got 1 wound left though. No, it's enough. Maybe.
No.
Ah, he's dead. He's dead. And all that for 1 point. That's area denial. Then at the end of my shooting phase, everything over here that could fire and was in range and line of sight fired into that unit of wraiths, and I took 1 wound off them. That's it. That's the end of the shooting phase. Everything that can fire has fired. Now we're in the assault phase, and I think there's a really big blob squad of warriors here that can come charging onto this objective or rapid fire some bikers or cause themselves get into all sorts of trouble. So I think I'm going to have to declare a charge against them because then at least they won't be shooting next turn. Yeah, let's sacrifice these bikes in on those warriors and shut down your shooting capability because there's not much shooting capability in this Necron army, to be honest. Right, one of the bikers took a wound to Overwatch, but bikes have 2 wounds each, and now I need an 8-inch charge. And that's a 7. Do I want to command point that? Yes, I do. And that's an 11. We're in. And this is where we end up. The 3 bikers, normal bikers, hit on 3s. And the sergeant hits on 3s. He has 2 attacks, however. And that's 2 hits. He's strength 4 with his lightning claw. So he wounds on 4s. And lightning claws reroll. Please get 1 wound. Come on. 1 wound. It's a lightning claw, so it's minus 2 AP, so you get 6 up save. Which you fail. And 1 warrior falls, and now you can smack me back. So the Cryptek's made a heroic intervention as well. He's within an inch of someone who's within an inch, so he can fight. So swinging away with the Cryptek. Yep. Hits on 3s, right?
Yeah.
That's 1 hit. Strength.
Strength 5.
Is this a war scythe or something?
Yeah, Staff of Light.
Staff of Light. Okay, strength 5, toughness, and that fails to wound. And now you've got 16 hits with these.
Strength 4 actually, but yeah.
Okay, and then 16 attacks with these warriors here. Okay, warriors, hitting on 3s.
You know this is my best assault unit.
Is it your best assault unit? After all the wraiths and the scarabs and the flayed ones, these warriors are king. And their strength 4, toughness 4. 5, yeah.
So 5s.
5's to wound. 1 bike is already on a wound. I can see 3 there.
3, yeah.
So 3 up saves. Will you take 1 out? And I failed twice. 2 6 up, Iron Hands, Chapter Tactics saves. And you do kill a biker. I kill a Necron, you kill a biker. This is what it looks like at the end of the phase. There's no morale to take, and that's the end of the 13th. Turn 2, I did get area denial, that'll be a point, and I did master the warp with that perfectly executed null zone spell. Well done, boys. So it's 7 points to the 13th, 2 points to the Necrons, but still at the very beginning of this game. The flayed ones have yet to make an appearance, and these wraiths in this turn, I'm sure, they will bloody their claws. Let's go to Necrons, turn 2. Here are the orders for the Necron dynasty. They want to secure objective 3, defend 4, and take out that Storm Raven with Big Game Hunter. Right at the start of the movement phase, reanimating a warrior. Normally on a 5 up, but a 4 up because there's a Cryptek buried in there.
1.
And no, he is not back. Here we are after the movement phase for the Necrons. They need to secure 3 and defend 4. Here's objective 3. And there's 2 scouts within 3 inches of objective 3, so they need to kill them. So these scarabs will easily kill those scouts, won't they, Nick?
Absolutely.
It's going to be easy.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt. You're not worried about it at all. And that'll be securing objective 3. In the meantime, keeping the warriors and the bikes locked up, which is interesting. So yeah, that's objective 3. Defend objective 4 is over here. Now this unit of wraiths has moved forward from over there, and they are on objective 4. They mean to kill this tactical squad right there. And the unit of Scarabs behind, they came from all the way over there. Rolled a 6 for their advance move, so moved the full 16 inches and came all the way around the back. So it looks like defending objective 4 could be in the bag as well. As for Big Game Hunter, taking out the Storm Raven gunship, that's not going to be possible, but we had another canny move by Nick. He can play this game. Rolled a 6 on the advance roll. There was another unit of Scarabs next to his Warlord, and these Scarabs are surrounding my Storm Raven gunship. Now, if I can't get out of that Storm Raven gunship, and I can't deploy a whole unit here, then the guys inside, basically they can't be deployed within 3 inches of it, so they can't get out. So next turn, because you get out before you move, so next turn my Hammonators and my Chaplain are stuck in there. Next turn's turn 3, so the Storm Raven moves off. It's going to be until turn 4 until my Hammonators actually manage to get out and start charging something. So a very good, very professional move. I like it. Should have seen that coming, but it would have taken all 7 of my brain cells, and I'm using 2 of them to breathe and stand up straight. So that's it for the Necron movement phase. Oh, and a unit of flayed ones came in here. 9 inches away from the bikes on the left, 9 inches away from that quad bolter. Still another unit of flayed ones in reserve. He's keeping them in his pocket. They're going to have to come in turn 3. But let's go on to Necron's shooting phase. The view of the table from here is awesome. You should bring in the flayed ones there next turn, so they have a good view of the battle grid. Have you got any shooting actually? Because the warriors are locked up. Who can shoot where what?
I've got some Tesla Immortals and some particle casters on the wraiths.
What are we shooting first?
We'll shoot these wraiths into these guys.
Okay. Hitting on
3s.
Yep. And
1 miss.
5 hits. What is the
Strength 6.
Is it?
Yep. No
okay. AP. So that's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 up saves. No AP, you say? I passed them all.
Yep.
Right, and then the next unit of Wraiths took shots at the Tactical Marines, did no damage. Now we have the Tesla Immortals. What is it? 2 up at the Storm Raven?
Yep.
Or 3 up at the Storm Raven?
It'd be 2 because
2
you're
up,
-1 on top.
Yeah, 2 up at the Storm Raven, 3 coming down to this tactical squad here. So
tactical squad.
Yep.
Think of a 6s, 1 6. So
yep.
that misses and 2 more for that.
Okay. Yeah. So Tesla explode on a 6, right? Every 6 is count as 3 hits.
That's right. And a strength 5, so 3s.
Okay.
Just 2 saves.
2 saves.
No AP.
2 3 ups. I fail 1. 6 up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. I fail 1. You kill a Tactical Marine.
Okay.
And then the rest up at the Storm Raven. So hitting on 3s and then -1 to hit. So that 3 misses.
Yep.
And those 6s don't explode because it's a flyer and it's hard to hit.
Yep.
Tesla doesn't work on flyers.
Strength 5.
1 wound. 3 up save. And you don't glance the Storm Raven, I'm afraid. That's the end of the Necron shooting phase. Alright, then in the charge phase, these Wraiths went into this squad of Tactical Marines here. I managed to bring one down. There's a Combi Flamer on the Sergeant in that squad. Managed to bring one down before they went in. And then over here, these Wraiths in on that Tactical squad. The Scarabs made it into these 2 remaining Scouts. And I overwatched here with the Quad Bolter. Didn't do any damage, and now Nick needs a 9-inch charge. Let's roll this one on camera to see if we can make it. And that's a 7 command point.
Here we go.
Okay. Only need a 3. What's the worst that could happen? Ooh, 11. Yeah. The flayed ones are definitely in as well. So we have 4 combats erupting in this tomb world. There's actually 5 combats going on because this squad of bikes is engaged with the warriors down here. Maybe the Space Marines should not have come to this place. Maybe the Xenos will make them bleed. Let's go on to the fight phase. Starting out the fight phase, we have these Wraiths attacking this Tactical squad here. So how many attacks?
3 each.
Okay, 15 attacks, hitting on
3s.
Nice.
Ooh.
That was a terrible roll. Strength 6, toughness 4. And that's 5 wounds.
-1.
-1. 5 4 up saves. And I failed 2 6 up Chapter Tactics. I failed 2. 2 Tacticals get taken down. 3 are left alive. That was a terrible attack by those 5 wraiths. Maybe these 6 wraiths can make up for it versus this tactical squad.
Okay, so here we go then. 3s.
That's much better. These ones are angry. And then 3s to wound.
Again.
Right, that was 11 wounds. 4 up save. This is gonna... Well, it's a 3 up. -1 is a 4 up. So I need to make 6 chapter tactic saves. And I don't. You do take out that squad of tactical marines. Then at the end of that combat, the wraiths have piled into the dreadnought on a brother Matthias there to stop him shooting them next time. Let's face it, I would just shoot and go charging into those wraiths anyway. Yes, it's drawing me into combat this round, so I will be able to strike after the charges, but at least the wraiths are not getting shot at. Right, now we're over here to scarabs. How many attacks do scarabs have these days? 4 attacks.
Yeah.
4 attacks.
Now you might know why I'm so confident, but...
4 attacks.
And guess what? Using 3s on scarabs.
Are they? 3s to hit, okay.
3s.
I think you might be able to do it. But they're only strength 1 or something, right? They're just little bugs.
Auto wound you on 5s.
Auto wound on 5s. So if they were like attacking a titan, would they still auto wound on 5s?
Yeah.
How in the Omnissiah is that a thing? Okay, so what is their strength normally anyway?
Strength 3.
Okay, so they are winning on 5s, so take it back a little bit. AP, are they AP 5 or something?
No, they're AP nothing.
Okay, AP nothing.
So
Did you only get 3?
only 3.
Only 3 out of those 36?
Yeah.
You said you would definitely be able to take down 2 scouts.
You're going to fail both.
4 up save. I make them all. The scouts are alive. I take it back entirely. Scarabs, they're not all that, are they? I bet you're very, very pleased by that result.
Oh yeah, it's a good roll.
That made me happy anyway. Right, on from the scarabs onto the flayed ones. Now apparently these guys are scary. I don't believe it. How many attacks are you putting on the gunners and how many attacks are you putting on the gun? I'll just tell you, kill the gunners. If you kill the gunners, the gun disappears.
Okay, I might go for the gunners then.
You go for the gunners. How many attacks do they have?
4 each.
4 each,
Yeah.
like the scarabs.
Yeah.
I am not scared.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
And do these guys always wound on a 3 as well? Or something?
No, but they have shred.
What's shred?
Reroll the wounds.
As in the old school shred, like a lightning claw.
Yeah.
Have they got lightning claws? Are they AP -2?
No, they don't have any AP.
Oh, okay. All right. So those are all the hits.
Those are all the hits.
So that looks healthy. Mind you, the scarab hits look healthy. Strength, is it?
4.
Strength 4, toughness 4 on the gunners.
4s.
4s to wound. With shred, so you get a reroll. That was bad. You definitely need the reroll. Here's the AP. What am I talking about? Here's the reroll. And no AP. That's what was on my brain. That's a lot to save. 3 up save. That's a lot of failures. Let's pick up some of these because I have some 6s, Iron Hands, Chapter Tactics. And 1 minute? I just 3 6s. Let's do some more. No, they're dead. They're dead, which means the gun disappears as well. So the flayed ones have consolidated closer to the nearest enemy model, which is my lieutenant, swarming all over Objective 6 there. I'm not going to heroically intervene for now because, and I'm doing that out of sequence anyway, because I want the bolt gun to try and hit some of these flayed ones. Right, that's all the assaulting models. So now the active player, which is Nick, picks a unit that's locked into assault, which is these guys, and swings. 16 warriors versus the bikes, hitting on 3s. Strength 4, toughness 5, wounding on 5s.
2, 3.
3, just 3?
Yeah.
3 up saves. And I save them all.
Okay, and then the
Cryptic's a different unit, so now I select a unit that hasn't fought.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hit your Cryptic. Yeah, let's do here, because your Cryptic is going to activate next time, and maybe one of my guys dies. So let's do 2 guys in, hitting on 3s. This time they actually hit. Strength 4, toughness 4, but they don't wound. And then the sergeant hits on a 3. 1 hit, strength 4 with a lightning claw, with a reroll because it's a lightning claw. 1 wound at -2 AP on a Necron warrior, sir.
6. No.
Nope, I kill a warrior. Now it's your turn. Now your Cryptek is within an inch of someone who's within an inch, so he can swing away with his 3 attacks and his staff of whatever it is. His big stick. 2 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5. 2 wounds.
-2.
-2. 5 ups.
Strength 4 it is actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
You got a 5 and a 6 anyway, so 1 failed. Is it a multiple damage thing? Or is it
no.
1 damage? 6 up, feel no pain. Iron hands. No, one of my bikes takes a wound. Right, last thing left to fight. Honoured brother Matthias is going to turn around and smack some of these wraiths. I've got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Would be re-rolling 1s because I am within range of Captain Gabriel Lock, so of course I'll roll a 2. Strength times 2, Dreadnought close combat weapon. So strength 16 right now, wounding on 2s. That's 3 wounds. And each does 3 damage. Wraiths have 3 wounds each, so every 3 up and vulnerable save you fail is a dead wraith. 1 dead wraith. Do you want a command point? Do you want to try and keep him alive? Or you're happy with dead wraith?
Yeah.
Okay, Matthias takes 1 out. And that's the end of Necrons. Turn 2. There is no morale test to take. At least the Necrons have destroyed 1 quad gun, destroyed a tactical squad. And that's pretty much it. That was some shocking attacks, particularly with these wraiths here and particularly with these scarabs here. You're not controlling objective 3. You have started to defend objective 4, but that's it. So 0 points scored this turn, but you're going to get 2 at the end of my turn there. So it's still 7 points to the Space Marines and 2 points to the Necrons as we go on to Astartes. Turn 3. Right, here are the orders for the Space Marines, and they're tough. Secure 4, which the Necrons control. Defend 6, which the Necrons control. And Blood and Guts. Kill something in the assault phase. Here we are after the Space Marine movement phase, and I've moved up to secure objective 4, which is here. I've got 4 units within 3 inches of the centre of that objective. Nick's got 3 units within 3 inches of the centre of that objective, so I'm taking objective 4. And more importantly, Nick's still got defend objective 4 in his hand, so preventing the Necrons from getting 2 points and getting 1 point myself. As for defend objective 6, it's here. And there's flayed ones scrabbling all over the entrance to the tomb world. So the unit of bikes that was there is coming this way, and along with the lieutenant and along with the quad bolters, going to put down a volume of fire on these flayed ones here and hopefully be able to start defending objective 6. But they are in cover, they are in terrain there. It's going to take a lot of gun. The other bikes are moving this way. That's my back line. So suddenly there's a big gap in the middle of my back line. These tactical marines still locked up with those wraiths. The dreadnought still locked up with these wraiths, but the librarian coming around to support. And then the scouts moving forward along with Captain Gabriel Lock. I don't think these scarabs are going to whiff 2 assaults in a row. I'd like to be able to fall out of combat with them so I could shoot the scarabs first before I go charging in, but I can't fall out of combat because I'm surrounded, so I'm not going to be able to get any gun in first. Just going to have to start charging in there and hacking my way through them. His relic blade, strength 6, will wound. He'll hit on a 2, he'll wound on a 2, and it does D3 damage a time at minus enough to get through their armor. So I think I've got enough combat ability to fight my way out of those scarabs there. And then meanwhile the Storm Raven cutting from right to left. I don't think he can. He's going to have to get a crazy dice roll on the scarabs to surround the Storm Raven again. And I'd really like to drop the Hammonators out before this game ends. But I guess if the whole game, my Storm Raven zips here, there and everywhere, getting chased by scarabs, then those scarabs are not assaulting and not taking objectives. So maybe a game of cat and mouse might be in my. I'm trying to soften the blow really. Having 5 Hammonators and a chaplain on the table is much better than playing cat and mouse between some scarabs and a Storm Raven gunship. But I'm trying to make myself feel better. All right, let's go on to the psychic phase. It looks like I'm only going to get to objective 6, is what I'm saying. No, 4. I'm only going to get objective 4, is what I'm saying. So let's now shoot some stuff, or maybe kill something in the assault phase, blood and guts. Right, psychic shenanigans. My librarian needs to cast Null Zone one more time on these wraiths. So I need an 8, and that's a 9. No! It worked. Yay! No invulnerable save. And now smite them. And I need a 5, and I rolled a 3. So no smiting going on. Opening up the shooting phase. Pistols into combat here. I killed one of the bases. Pistols there, didn't do anything. Pistols into the race over there, didn't do anything. Basically, I actually managed to kill something with pistols in the assault phase. Keep forgetting to do that. As well as keep forgetting to do stuff, we did do the assaults off camera over here for these guys. And the assaults off camera at the end of Necron's turn over here didn't do anything. So all the assaults happened. Pistols in combat actually killed something. I don't think that's happened before. And now we're going to shoot all of these tactical bikes. Tactical bikes? Attack bikes. Attack bikes? Bikes. They're just bikes. Into the flayed ones. I hit on 3s. With twin bolters. No rerolls. Bike shooting at the flayed ones. That's 12 hits. And wounding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Just fought 5. 5. I did 5 wounds, sir.
5 wounds.
4 up becomes a 3 up because of the cover.
2
And
down.
I killed 2. Just 2. Right, let's rapid fire a grab at you. 3s to hit. 1 hit. Strength 5. 1 wound at -3 AP, so you need a 6. Gotcha. And that's another one dead. He will fire his... he swapped out his master-crafted bolt gun for the sword that you see in his hand. So he'll fire a bolt pistol. And he misses, because he's weapon skill 2, but ballistic skill 3, so he misses. They will fire their pistols at you. They don't have bolt guns. They miss. Now let's fire 12 heavy bolt gun shells into you. Daka, daka, daka. 3s to hit. 8 hits, strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s because I'm within 6 inches of the lieutenant there. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 wounds, sir. 6 wounds at -1.
-1.
Plus
so,
1 because
yeah, 4s. 2, 3 down.
Pistol from the Libby up at them. Hits on 3, wounds on 8. That will wound. Another 3 up save. No. Straight shot there. Good shot, Libby. 2 flayed ones left. Only 2 left there. What's their leadership?
10.
Oh, yeah, of course. 10. And there was a unit of 9, right? So you lost 8, 7. Damn it. Math. 7. Plus a few... leadership could be a thing. I'm going to have to charge you. I think that's it for shooting. Oh no, unit of bikes will fire everything at those scarab swarms. And the bikes killed a base and tickled another one, rapid firing. And now the Storm Raven here is going to put everything into these immortals, leaving his warlord exposed. Assault cannon, 3s to hit. Twin assault cannon. 9 hits, strength 6, 3s to wound. 7 wounds, they're in a ruin, gets them to a 2 up, but it's -1 AP for an assault cannon, back to a 3 up. 2 Necrons fall. Now let's do 2 melters. They actually hit. And I'm surprised every time melters hit. Strength 8, toughness 4. 2 wounds at -4 AP, so you need 2 6s, sir.
2 6s coming up. One of them.
And there's 1 6. So that leaves 3 left. 2 left. And now let's fire the Storm Strike missiles. The missile system. 2 hits. Strength 8. 2s to wound. They both wound. This is minus... I don't know. I need to check the book. They're -3 AP. So 2 5-up saves.
No, definitely
No.
not.
And the last 2 Necron warriors fall, leaving his warlord exposed. And that's the end of Space Marine's shooting phase. So let's do some charges. This unit of bikes is not going to charge in the generators down here. We need to just control that objective and stop the Necrons defending it. But elsewhere, there's going to be charges everywhere. My scouts are going to go in. Captain Gabriel Locke is going to go in. The lieutenant up here in the crow's nest is going to go in. The bikes are going to go in. It's getting messy. And the librarian? Yeah, let's do the librarian. 3. Let's not do the librarian. He doesn't make it in. Okay, let's move on to the assault phase. Lieutenant hits on 3s. Everything hits. Strength 4. 1 wound at -3 AP on a flayed one. It's one down, one to go. Now the sergeant with his lightning claw in that flayed one. 2 attacks, hits on 3s, and it's strength 4 with a reroll because of shred. 2 wounds at -2 AP, so 2 6-up saves to keep that last. Flayed one alive. No. And then clear the castle. And then the bikes consolidate towards the closest enemy unit. And then over here, next charging model, Captain Gabriel Locke, swinging away with his relic blade. Hits on 2s. And a relic blade is +2 strength, and your toughness 3, right?
Yeah.
So I am wounding on 2s. That many wounds. It's -2 or 3. Anyway, it will cut straight through your armour. And it does D3 damage each time. So the first one has got 2 wounds left. 1 and 2 wounds. Is now dead. Yep. Another one. There is 3 wounds, so that's another one dead. And the last one, just 1 wound. So 2 bases done. Well done, Locke. Now the 10 scouts will have a go. And the scouts are hitting on 3s. And we're re-rolling 1s because we're in 6-inch range of a captain. That's not bad. Everything but 1 hit. And we're strength 4 versus toughness 3, so we're winning on 3s. And that could be better. But in the end, that was a thingy bob. That's 6 wounds. 6 wounds on the scarabs. They only have a 6-up save, right?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. And you make 1 and take 5 damage. And that's pretty good assaulting there. There's just 3 scarab bases left and 1 of them is injured. However, that's it for the assaulting models. So now I pick a unit and swing, and then Nick picks a unit and swings. So I'm going to pick the Dreadnought before you get a chance to smash me with the Wraiths. So Matthias has 4 attacks. He hits on 3s. And 3 of them hit. He will wound on 2, strength 12 versus toughness 5, and null zone is in effect. So no invulnerable save. So it goes to their 4-up armor save. However, a Dreadnought close combat weapon is -3 AP, 3 damage. So basically, any 2s or higher I roll is a dead Wraith.
Ooh.
And I roll double 1s. Oh no. Let's kill another Wraith. I'm spending the command point, I'm killing another Wraith.
1.
2. So Matthias manages to crush 2 of them with his Dreadnought close combat weapon. It could have been worse, but it could have been better. And then over here, Nick is choosing to activate these Wraiths first because he just told me if he manages to kill my tactical squad in close combat, he could potentially steal that objective off me. I did not see that one coming. All right, let's swing with these Wraiths. 15 attacks, right?
Yep.
3 each. 3s to hit. They whiffed last time.
They did.
Maybe not this time. That was 13 hits.
3s again.
Yep.
Oh.
That was not so
Oh
good.
my goodness, look at that.
Did you only get 4?
Just the 4.
Just 4? That's really unfortunate. It's -1, so 4-up saves. Ooh,
Oh.
I fail them all. There's 3 guys left.
Yes, you are.
6 up. Iron Hands, chapter tactics to stay in the game. No, you kill them.
Yay.
You kill them utterly, and now you can consolidate towards the closest enemy unit and outnumber me. Okay, that was good. Now we're down, good for Necrons anyway, now we're down to these scarabs are attacking my 2 remaining scouts. 4s to hit, 5s? 3s to hit. 3s to hit. They got 9 hits in, that's good.
5s.
And they wound on 5s. That was better.
4.
4 wounds. 4 wounds on these 2 remaining scouts. 4 up saves. And a 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactics thingy. No. 1 scout falls, leaving the sergeant left alive. Then we rounded out the remaining combats. As you can see, only the sergeant is left alive with this unit of Necron Immortals here. They're down to 14 from
Warriors.
17. Warriors, thank you. 2 scarabs remain. The sergeant took a couple more out from that combat there, which was nice. And then over here, of these remaining 3 Wraiths, they managed to get 1 wound in to Brother Matthias. So he's down from 8 wounds to 7. And I think that's the end of all the combats. And at the end of that turn, I did not secure Objective 4. I failed to secure it. And I've started to defend Objective 6. And did I kill something in the assault phase with blood and guts? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So I did kill the flayed ones, so I have got blood and guts. So that's 8 points to 2. However, you do outnumber me on objective 4, so you are defending it. So it's 8 points to 4. 8 points to 4. The Necrons are coming back. And as we look across the table, apart from this unit of bikes and the Storm Raven gunship, most units are caught up in assault now, and we are spread out all over the place on every corner of this tomb world. It's 8 points to 4 in favour of the Imperium. Can the Necrons come back? Let's find out in Xenos, turn 3. The orders for the Necrons are to hold the line, secure objective 6 and no prisoners, just kill stuff. At the beginning of the phase, Nick spent 2 command points to repair subroutines, given reanimation protocols on these wraiths, and 2 of them came back. He's put them there, so when he piles into close combat, he can smash into that librarian. He doesn't like him with that null zone ability. And then over here, one of the warriors has come back into this blob squad. Here we are after the Necron movement phase, and to hold the line, Nick would have had to have put a unit of flayed ones back here. There's his warlord, and the scarabs would have had to have been in here as well to make sure that there was 3 units down at this side of the tomb world, but he decided not to do that. Instead, trying to secure objective 6. So the flayed ones are in on this side instead. 9-inch charge up to that lieutenant, and that would be objective 6. So no hold the line is going to happen. However, no prisoners, just kill stuff. That could be possible. We have wraiths and scarabs, a canoptic harvest down here that can slam into this unit of bikes. And there is a lone sergeant next to objective 3, because the scarabs broke out of combat there. He's easy pickings for that unit of scarabs. And there is 1 sergeant in that pile there. We did remember morale. We did it at the end of the turn. No one fled. No one died. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Shooting phase was very quick. This unit of wraiths picking on the bikes doing nothing. This unit of wraiths picking on the dreadnought doing nothing because their weapon counts as a pistol. And that's it for the shooting phase. It's really in the assault where the Necrons need to make the Imperium bleed. So let's go on to the charge phase. Then in the charge phase, the scarabs make it into the sergeant here. This is before pile-in moves. So there's a couple of assaults happening on this flank. We have the wraiths over here, which will pile into my librarian, I'm sure. If not, I'm going to make a heroic intervention. Why not? The scarabs and the wraiths make it into combat with those 4 bikers. And now we have these flayed ones, which want to kill the lieutenant. I've already done the overwatch, and I missed. So you need a 9, Nick.
Okay, here we go.
Good luck.
Definitely in.
That's a 10. Yeah, we're not counting these as levels. Imagine it's a flat hill slope. They're just going straight up there. That's a beautiful thing. Right, this is where the flayed ones end up after their pile-in move. They can all get to swing. They can all get to attack. This lieutenant could be in trouble, and the Necrons could secure objective 6. So, rolling the hit, sir.
Okay, 3s.
Strength 4, toughness 4, force to wound. With a re-roll. Nice. Those 9 flayed ones managed to do 20 wounds. 23 up saves on this lieutenant. I failed 8. I need 8 6-ups or 4 6-ups. No, he is dead. And the flayed ones will secure objective 6. Mission accomplished, guys. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
And the flayed ones choosing not to consolidate, just choosing to hold on to objective 6. Now we're on to this charging unit. All these scarabs versus a lone sergeant. This is where the scarabs ended up after pile-in, and they managed to cause 7 wounds on that sergeant. 7 4-up saves. I only failed 2 armor saves. Can I make 2 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactic saves? No, I can't. And the sergeant goes down.
No.
So that's 2 units wiped out. And you're securing this objective. If you get a 3rd unit, because of no prisoners, this will be D3 points, and the Necrons will be right back in it. So then we're on to charging units over here. The Canoptic swarm on these 4 bikes. The scarabs caused 5 wounds, 5 3-up saves. Oh no, only make 1 of them. And then 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactics. Only make 1 of them. The scarabs take down 2 bikes. And now we have the wraiths. Okay, the wraiths hit on 3s. And that wasn't so good, but it's strength 5, toughness 5, so you're wounding on 4s. Can you kill 3 things? 5 4-up saves. Oh no, I only make 1 6-up saves. No, you have killed 3 things. Those bikes are down. Alright, so the race consolidate forward. Is this a comeback from the Necrons? And now, after all the charging units, Nick is picking this unit here. Then after piling in, ends up like this. Right, these 2 are hitting the Librarian. He's within an inch of someone who's within an inch. So he's putting 3 on the Libby and 2 on the Dreadnought, trying to kill the null zone bubble here. Right, so 9 attacks versus my Librarian, hitting on a 3. It's only 4 hits, winning on 3s. Yeah. 3 wounds. I have 3 4-up saves to make because this is -1. And I fail all of them. He's got 4 wounds. This is a 6-up Iron Tactics. No, he takes 2 wounds. He has 2 left. And then the 2 on Brother Matthias coming up. They put 2 on Matthias. Let's make the saves of 4-up. Fail 1 and a 6-up Iron Hands. Fail 1. He takes another wound. Then we polished off the rest of the assault. Strangely enough, my sergeant managed to hang in there. Did no wounds back to any of those Necron warriors. I've been holding up that unit all game. And then my Librarian and Matthias swung back at these wraiths and smashed 3 of them into dust. And that is the end of Necrons. Turn 3. Now, you get a point for securing this objective and D3 points because you killed 3 things with no prisoners. So if you roll a 5-6 here, the game will be a draw. Good luck, sir.
2, not too bad.
No, that's 3 points in total. So there is only 1 point in it as we descend towards turn 4. Down in the power generators here, these wraiths and scarabs are largely unaffected and can run forward along my back lines. And there's a unit of flayed ones up here as well. Now I could tally around, turn the bikes around and focus on the flayed ones and try and clear them away. But by the time I've done that, this canoptic wall will come smashing down and that's gonna sting. I need to get null zone off again to clear these wraiths away. And then I've got a captain and some scouts in the backfield. So yes, I'm winning by 1 point, but it's looking a bit thin on the ground for both forces, to be honest. Here are my orders. I still have defend 6 in my hand and I need to secure objective 6. That's the objective with the flayed ones crawling all over it. So I'm going to need to shift them. And honor the chapter, if I cause a wound to one of his characters with one of my characters, I'll get a point. But if one of my characters actually kills his character, I'll get D3 points. So some tricky orders from High Command. Here we are after the 13th, have readjusted his 6. I need to defend it or secure it, basically annihilate those wraiths and the bikes will score it. And then honor the chapter, take out a character with a character. So before the Storm Raven moved over here, we did lots and lots of careful measuring. It's a 7-inch charge for my chaplain to go wheeling in there and try and kill the Warlord. He's going to be joined in by some Hammer Terminators as well. And that would also be slay the Warlord. So that's it. Kill him. Defend 6. Try and break my Dreadnought at a close combat. And go in against these scarabs with the scouts and Brother Captain Gabriel Locke one more time. I'm quite pleased that Locke is around there mopping up in the backfield rather than having to do any of the heavy lifting or getting wiped out by the heavy stuff back here. I seem to be hanging in there. Or rather doing the Emperor's bidding without putting my Warlord in jeopardy for the first time in a long time. Let's go on to the psychic phase. Right, null zone. Need an 8.
Hey.
This could be game changing. So I've got 2 command points left. Let's use one of my command points and re-roll that 2. And no, that's a fail. I've got 1 command point left. Okay. Smite or With Might of Heroes, I could put 1 more attack on my Dreadnought or just smite. Let's just smite. We'll charge 5. That works. And this will be D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds, putting one of those wraiths down to 1 left. Right, onto the shooting phase. Let's shoot everything here into those scarabs. And this is what it looks like when the smoke clears, and then pistol fire in combat, pistol fire in combat, pistol fire from my chaplain over there doing nothing. Now let's spray lead into this unit of flayed ones up here. Pistols killed one, and then 5 more wounds with the quad bolters at -1, so +1 because of the terrain.
1 dies.
And only 1 more dies. That's just 2 down so far. I need to clear this lines. I can't have these flayed ones charging something else. Let's fire the bikes into them. The bikes hit on 3s. 16 shots with those twin bolt guns. Wounding on 3s. 9 wounds with a 3-up save. And
1 dies.
just 1 more. This isn't going well. Grav. 1 hit. 1 wound at -3, so you need a 6. Oh, 5. How many have I killed now?
Now he's killed
Only
4.
4. I wanted to put some of the shots from that down there. I'm going to put the 2 missiles down at the wraiths because they do 3 damage each, and any one that you fail is a dead wraith. And then the melter and the assault cannons into the flayed ones, I think. So twin melt gun, 3s to hit, both hit. 2s to wound, both wound at -4, but you're in terrain, which makes your 4-up become a 3-up, so that's just 2 dead.
2 dead, yeah.
Yeah. And now the assault cannon spooling up, 3s to hit. 7 hits, 3s to wound, 5 wounds, 6 wounds. 6 4-up saves, and only 1 more dies. So there's 2 flayed ones left, which I absolutely must get in close combat. Let's fire 2 Stormstrike missiles down at these wraiths here. 3s to hit, 1 hit. 3s to wound, strength 8. That's a wound, 1 3-up invulnerable save, or 3 damage. Saved. You've done a lot of saving this turn. That's the end of my shooting phase. The Necron's proving to be very resilient. I'm going to need to charge. So the bikes will charge into this lone flayed one here. And I need a 7-inch charge with my chaplain. Do you want to do the Overwatch straight away? Has he got Overwatch?
No, he doesn't have a gun.
I need 7 inches. And my chaplain needs to kill him, so the Hammonators need to get in there as well. Hammers. Let's do the hammers first. No, chaplain first. 7 inches. 8. Chaplain is in. The Hammonators are 9 inches away, so this is going to be an 8-inch charge for them to make it. 7. Last command point. 9-inch charge. I'm going to need at least a 5 if I re-roll. No, I need an 8-inch charge. I need 50-50 chance. No, I can't spend my last command point and getting the Hammonators in there. I need to keep it for that save, that 4-up invulnerable save, or that 3-up invulnerable save that will keep my Warlord alive. Can't spend it. These are not here, by the way. They're picked up off the table. And then the other charge I need to make is down here. Charge phase is over. Let's start off with the assault phase. The scouts and Captain Gabriel Locke go wheeling in to the scarabs over here. And this is how it looks like at the end of the combat. Just 3 bases left. And then Nick started looking around the table because he's got 4 command points left in his hand about what he might want to interrupt somewhere, which was very wise of you. And suddenly I realised that perhaps I should have smacked with my chaplain first. But this guy's only got a hyperphase sword, right?
Yes.
He's a cheap, as you like, Necron Lord, so maybe I can kill him. So let's swing away with my chaplain. Chaplains only have 3 attacks. And I miss every single swing. Tell a lie, tell a lie. Chaplain's hit on 2s. Oh, just for dramatic tension. And they re-rolled a hit because he's a chaplain.
Oh.
It's 3 2s. That's good enough. A Crozius is a +1 strength, 2 damage, -1 AP. So I'm strength 5. You're toughness 5.
Toughness 5, yeah.
I need 4s to wound. And all 4 wound. You don't have an invuln, so it's -1 AP every single swing, and each one does 2 damage. Can I slay the Warlord?
4s. 1 gets through.
1 gets through. Does 2 damage to your Warlord.
I've got my Enduring Will, so
okay,
it's down to
yeah.
1.
Okay. So just 1 damage in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Alright, so Enduring Will Warlord trait reduces the damage by 1 to a minimum of 1, so my chaplain only smashes 1 wound off of him. And we have another charging unit up here that bikes into the flayed ones. So is this the one with the claws or the axe? No, this is the guy with the lightning claws. Let's swing away with him. 3s to hit with a sergeant. They both hit. 4s to wound, strength 4, toughness 4. And I get to re-roll because it's a lightning claw. 1 wound. 1 wound at -2. So 1 6-up save.
No.
No. And then there is 3 remaining chaps. They hit on 3s. 2 hits, and they wound on 4s, 2 more wounds, 2 4-up saves to keep the last flayed one alive. No, and the last flayed one falls. And that's secure objective 6. That's Honour the Chapter. I will get a couple of points this turn. Now I need to kill these wraiths. They have their invulnerable save up. We've done all the charging units, so I'm going to pick Matthias, and he's going to swing away. 3s to hit, and he only gets 2 hits. 2s to wound. 2 wounds come flying in. 2 3-up invulnerable saves. If you fail them both, and you pass them both, the wraiths are still alive. And now you can pick an assaulting unit. Okay, so Nick is picking this big blob of warriors, trying to hack through this last sergeant here. Let's see if he can hold on. 3s to hit. And 5s to wound. He might be able to. That's 2 wounds. Just 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. And 1 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactics. No, he is down to 1 wound left. Now it's my turn to pick a unit. I'm going to pick my Libby. So the Libby will swing in. And he hits on 3s. And I get 3 2s. And that's a force weapon. Right, back to the Cryptek with his Staff of Light, trying to kill this sergeant on 1 wound left.
4s.
He gets 2 hits. 5.
7.
No wounds.
No, nothing.
No wounds at all. The sergeant stays alive. I think we've done all the units except for your lord and the
Wraiths.
Oh yeah, the wraiths. I was hoping you'd forget about them. Okay, 1 wraith hitting the librarian, trying to take it out, trying to stop this null zone. Just 1 hit. And 3s to wound. 1 wound at -1. 1 4-up save. 1 6-up Iron Hands chapter tactics. No, the librarian is down to 1 wound remaining. And then you have the other dude on the other dude.
Yep. Okay, 3s.
Yep.
And 5s.
2 hits.
Ooh.
2 wounds on Honoured Brother Matthias. 2 4-up saves. He stands firm. Now we have your lord, your Necron lord, the last assault left to go. Assault rippling through this tomb complex here. 3 attacks. He hits on 2s. He's a lord. He hits on 3s.
Yeah, cheapest the cheapest.
Cheapest lord. Strength 5, toughness 4. 1 wound. Minus...
-3 AP.
Okay, 4-up Rosarius save. No, how much damage does it do?
1.
Just 1?
Yep.
6-up Iron Hands chapter tactics. No, my chaplain takes a wound. He's down to 3 left. So the HQ of the Necrons plus the chaplains injure each other, but it's a long way from over that fight. Then over here, the Scarabs managed to take out one of the scouts and they put a wound on Captain Gabriel Locke. And that is it. All the assaults done, all the shooting done. Sergeant hanging on to this unit of warriors one more time. I do get 2 points. I have honoured the chapter. I have secured objective 6, so it's 10 points to the Space Marines and 7 points to the Necrons. It's a very, very close game. Neither side has many assets left, and we are all spread out all over this tomb world. Let's move on to Necrons turn 4. The Necrons still wish to take control of this battle grid. Secured 2, defend 5, defend 6. Okay, no warriors coming back with reanimation protocols, and Nick just picked up the dice next to this lord because what?
Living metal.
Living metal. He heals his wound back, so he's not injured after all. He just pretended. And you've got 4 command points left.
Yep.
I can see the look in your eye. You're thinking about reanimating some of this harvest one more time,
yeah,
right?
Definitely go to go.
Okay, 5 ups. Good luck.
1 up.
Ooh, 1 more comes back. And there is no null zone in effect. And you can put it next to it, yeah, exactly, within coherency. Well, he'll pile in the assault phase anyway. I like it. Here we are after the movement phase for Necrons. Only 3 units moving. He needs to secure 2, which is down here with the Terminators. That isn't going to happen. And 5 in the middle and 6 up here. Defend is going to be tough. So what happened was his Necron Lord broke out of combat. Is heading towards the Pit of Doom. And these wraiths came flying up here. They intend to rip these bikes apart and start defending Objective 6. Maybe. Then in the shooting phase, particle casters put a wound on these bikes here, and the particle casters from the wraiths firing at the dreadnought and the librarian doing no damage, and that's the shooting phase over. It was very quick. So now we're on to the charge phase. And the wraiths make it into combat next to Objective 6 without suffering any wounds to Overwatch. So let's go on to the fight phase. So the wraiths really want to take this Objective 6. 15 attacks coming in, hitting on 3s. 9 hits, strength 6, toughness 5, looking for 3s. And that was 5 wounds at -1. And I fail every single save. 6 up, Iron Hands, Chapter Tactics. Fail every single one of them. You killed 2 and a bit bikes. And 1 was on 1 wound already, so only the Sergeant is left alive. And then after that, murderous assault by the wraiths. That's all the charging units done, so now Nick's picking this unit here, this unit of Wraiths. 2 going against my Librarian, who has 1 wound left, 1 against Matthias. This is the 2 on the Librarian. 3s. And you get 4 hits, and 3s to wound. And you get 2 wounds at -1. I need 2 4-up saves. Please don't fail them all this time, Winters. And I failed both of them. Is my Librarian going to fall? 2 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics saves. Yes, he is. He has gone. And that will definitely be the end of Null Zone. You didn't like Null Zone, did you?
No.
No. And then 1 on the Dreadnought. 3s and 5s to wound. 2 hits. 5s to wound. Because you're strength 6 on toughness 7. 2 wounds. 2 4-ups. And a 6-up. Matthias takes another wound. Right, my turn to pick an assaulting unit. Captain Gabriel Locke versus these Scarabs. 4s to hit. I want 2s to hit. Sorry, re-rolling 1s. What am I saying 4s for? Everything you hit. Strength 6 with a Relic Blade. 2s to wound. They all wound. No save. 1's on 1 wound left. So D3 damage kills the first one. And then D3 damage kills the second one. That's a 6. D3 damage. Oh, they're all dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. Now, 15 attacks coming in on this Sergeant one more time. He's been hanging in there since turn 1 or 2. He is immortal. 5s to wound. Actually, he might not be immortal anymore. 5 wounds. 5 3-ups. And a 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. He's still alive. He takes no wounds. Unbelievable. My turn. Dreadnought. Matthias is going to kill these 3 wraiths. You're going to fail all your invulnerable saves. 3s to hit. Everything hit. 2s to wound. I'm strength 12. Everything wounds. 3-up invulnerable saves. Every failure is a dead wraith.
Oh!
That is 3 dead wraiths. I called it. You got 2 command points unless you want to burn one of them.
Do I want to burn
Do
one
you
of them?
want to burn?
No, I don't think
No, you
so.
don't. Dead wraiths. They kill my Librarian, and Matthias turns round in a spit of rage and smashes them. Then we polished off the remaining combats. The Sergeant doing no wounds to the wraiths over here. And my Captain, he should be a Captain, my Sergeant doing no wounds to the warriors over here, but he doesn't. So over here, this Sergeant has a morale test to make, and 1 + 3 is 4. He will pass. That's the end of the morale phase. And I don't think you didn't secure objective 5 or... Well, secure 2, defend 5, defend 6. So you didn't secure 2. You're not defending 5, but you have started defending objective 6 because you do outnumber me over here. The raids consolidated closer to objective 6 here because it's 10 points to 7, but at the end of my turn it'll be 10 points to 9 for Nick for defending objective 6, assuming I can't shift him off of that, and assuming the orders that come out from High Command in turn 5 are bad. So let's descend towards the end game. Let's move on to turn 5 and see what High Command order the 13th to do. Here are my orders, and they're tough. Defend 6 is still in my hand, which I can't do. Emperor's Retribution. Basically got to take a objective that's currently controlled by the opponent, by the Necrons, and that's going to be tough. Psychological Warfare. Make the Necrons fail a morale test at leadership 10. That's going to be tough. Here we are after the movement phase for the 13th. I need to stop these Wraiths from defending objective 6. So the bike has broken free and the Storm Raven vectoring through the skies. I want to throw down lots and lots of firepower into these Wraiths. Maybe kill them all. Unlikely. But then Matthias can come charging in as well. And he's probably getting quite good at killing Wraiths. I think he's getting quite good at killing Wraiths. He just smashed 3. So you never know. I might be able to clear them off. Slay the Warlord is a thing, so the Chaplain and the Hammonators, that'll be a 7-inch charge from the Hammonators. The Chaplain will be definitely in there, and try and kill that Necron Lord. And Emperor's Retribution, take an objective that's currently controlled by the enemy. I'm not going to do that, but make them fail a morale test. Well, I mean to put lots and lots of shots and then go charging into those warriors, and hopefully Nick will fail his morale test, and that will be a point. Meanwhile, the lone sergeant hero biker who was there has broken free and is around this side, getting behind enemy lines entirely within the deployment zone of the Necrons, just in case the game ends. So the only points I'm trying to get, the only points I'm fishing for this turn is psychological warfare, maybe behind enemy lines, and try and stop the Necron scoring objective 6. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Let's try and clear these Wraiths off of objective 6. Everything from the Storm Raven into these kinetic beasts. 2 Storm Strike missiles hitting on 3s. Both hit. Strength 8, toughness 5, wounding on 3s. 1 wound, 1 3-up save, or it kills 1. It does flat 3 damage. It's alive. It's alive. Right. Twin Melter. 3s to hit. And they both miss. That's why they're called multi-misses. Spray it with twin assault cannons now. 12 shots. 3s. 3s to wound. 5 saves, Nick. Okay. 5 saves to make. And 2 wounds. 2 wounds. And that's everything from the Storm Raven. That kind of sucked. Let's fire at them with the Quad Bolter. 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. That was 7 hits. Now wounding on 4s and only 2 wounds. So 2 3-up saves. And you make them both, so the gunners can fire their bolt pistols. Both hit. And 5s. 1 wound. 1 3-up save. Please die, please die, please. Nice, still alive. So this isn't working. Heavy Flamer from Matthias. Number of hits, 3 hits. This is strength 5, so 4s to wound. 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves.
Saved. And
you saved again. Multi-melter from Matthias. Hits. I moved it so it hits on a 4 rather than a 3. Wounds on a 3. 3-up save.
No.
Doesn't save, and this does D6 damage, so it just kills 1. And long story short, Quad Bolter, Storm Raven, Dreadnought, everything firing into this squad of Wraiths, and I only kill 1. And that makes the charge even longer once we get to the charge phase. So let's go over here and shoot a bunch of warriors, because that'll make me feel better. So Twin Bolter from the Captain. All hit. Wounds on 4s. 2 wounds at minus 1 AP because of Storm of Fire. So 2 5-up saves.
1 down.
1 down. Combi Grav. I'll fire both portions. This is the bolt gun grab. So I'm hitting on 3s because I'm firing both. Both hit. And I'm wounding on 4s. 2 wounds and 2 4-up saves.
1 down.
1 down. And the Grav part. 4s. Miss. Oh no, 3s because I'm a captain. 1 hit. Strength 5. Wounds, and it's minus 3 AP. So that's another one bites the dust. And now the scouts will fire in. The sergeant will unpin a grenade and chuck it. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. It's strength 6. Crack grenade. That's a wound. It's minus 1.
5s. No.
And it blows up in their ranks. Takes another one out. Beautiful thing. And now bolt gun death. 3s to hit, and reroll that. That was 14 hits. Wounding on 4s. So 4 4-up saves and 2 5-up saves.
3 down
Ooh,
from there.
3 die.
And 2 5s, 1 down from there, so 4
So
in total.
4 in total. So 8 have died. So morale is going to be a thing. Unless, of course, Nick spends his last 2 command points for insane bravery, like I did for my scouts on this location not too long ago. Alright, that's the end of my shooting phase. That's the end of... Yeah, I need to charge. Matthias will go into the Wraiths. The Scouts and Captain Gabriel Locke will go into the Warriors. And over here, Chaplain and Terminators into that Lord. Let's get this one on camera, because those Terminators, that's a 7-inch charge. 6. 1 command point left. I have to do it, otherwise he's just going to break free and keep running. So re-roll in the 1. And I get another 1. I fail the charge. No, Dice Gods, no! Right, in the charge phase, my captain makes it in with the Warriors along with the Scouts. We have Chaplain versus Necron Lord and Brother Matthias. Made it in on the Wraiths. So I'm going to start up here. And Matthias will hit on 3s. Everything hits. He will wound on 2s. Everything but 1 wounds. 3 up invulnerable saves, or he smashes some more Wraiths.
1 down.
1 down. Now, do you want to spend your last 2 command points to interrupt with your Lord? And then you can't do the psychological warfare thing over there.
I still can't kill him though, can I?
It's going to be tough to kill him because he's a space marine and they know no fear.
Yeah, and they've got more wounds than I have attacks.
That too. Right, then over here to my Chaplain. 2s to hit. Everything hits. He's strength 5 right now with his... And he only does 1 wound. You have a 4-up save. Your 3-up becomes a 4-up. Which you fail, and it does 2 damage, reduced to 1 because of your warlord trait, so you only take 1 damage, and at the start of your turn you're going to heal it. How annoying is that? So basically I scratched his metal hide, but it'll just, that living metal will just fold over itself like T-1000 in Terminator 2. Right, Captain versus Warriors. 2s to hit. Everything hit. Strength 6, I need 3s. Only 2 wounds at minus... I don't know what the Relic Blade is. A Relic Blade is AP minus 3, so that kills 2 more Warriors. And now I have my Scouts versus the Warriors. There's 8 Scouts there, plus a Sergeant, so this is 9 attacks. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, because Gabriel Locke is shouting at them. 6 hits, forced to wound. Only 1 wound. 1 4-up save on the Warriors. And another one gets brought down. Interesting. That's the end of all the charging units. Indeed, that's the end of the Imperium fight phase. Now we have the Wraiths swinging in on it. Brother Matthias. Don't do it, Nick. I like this guy. 3s to hit. And in the end, you get 6 hits. Strength 6, toughness 7, so 5s to wound.
3.
3 wounds. It's minus 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 3 4-up saves. That's an alarm going off or something.
It is.
Fail all 3. 6-up saves for Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. He takes 2 wounds in total. He only has 3 wounds left. Then the Lord swings at the Chaplain. 3 attacks, 2 hits. Strength 5, toughness 4. 1 wound.
Minus 3, but...
Minus 3. Crozius.
Yep.
Invulnerable save holds. So now that's it. Oh no, some Warriors. We've got some Warriors. How many are left?
3.
3 Warriors, and you did declare a heroic intervention from the cryptic before I went in there. 3 of the Warriors hit, all 3 hit. Forced to wound. 2 wounds on the Scouts, 4-up save. 6-up Iron Hands Chapter Tactics thingy bob. No, 1 of the Scouts dies, and now the cryptic on the Scouts. 2 hits. No wounds.
No.
And with the last blow, I am not defending Objective 6, and you are defending Objective 6. So it's 10 points to 9. I didn't get Emperor's Retribution. I didn't get an objective that you currently control. Still 10 points to 9. But you have a morale test to make over here, and you lost 9
Yeah,
models.
I think I might be using my last 2 command points.
So you're losing your... Okay, I definitely would do that. We
Yeah.
both have no command points left, which means they auto-pass. But I also don't get a point for psychological warfare. So as we go on to Necron's turn 5, it's 10 points to the Space Marines, 9 points to the Necron. There is just 1 point in it. There's 1 point in it. The Necrons still want to take ground. Secure Objective 2, defend Objective 5, and Supremacy. Take any 3 objectives for D3 points. Right, before the game begins, 14 reanimation protocols, because there's only 3 left in this squad.
Need 4s because of the cryptic.
And 6 more Necron warriors reassemble and join the combat with my Warlord and the Scouts. Here we are after the Necron movement phase, and securing 2 and defending 5 isn't going to happen. However, there are some Scarabs over here, and there were a unit of 2 Scarabs hiding behind this wall here, which have zipped forward and onto this objective. So that's 2 objectives. And if he holds on to 3 objectives, that's D3 points for Supremacy. So wary that Matthias might destroy these utterly in close combat. The Wraiths have pulled out of combat here. So currently, Nick is sat on 3 objectives for D3 points. 1 point in it. Talking about him pulling out of combat, the warriors, after they reanimated, also pulled out of combat, ending up more than an inch away from the Scouts and the captain, because I've got psychological warfare in my hand, and if I get lucky and tear down a number of warriors and Nick no longer has any command points left to make them stand, then potentially they could have ran. I could have got a point that way. And another unit, 3 units pulled out of combat. His Necron Lord has pulled back away from my chaplain 1 more time. The Necrons have been on the defensive, but however, with a bit of tactical repositioning and with a bit of luck, they could win this game. Let's go on to the shooting phase. And there is no shooting phase. Wraiths fell back out of combat. They're the only pistols. They don't have the fly keyword, so they can't shoot. The warriors fell back out of combat. They can't shoot. That's the end of the shooting phase. Assault phase?
I'm not going to assault.
There's no assaulting. That's it. That's the end of everything phase. Okay, 10 points to 9. You've got Supremacy. You don't... That's it. Just tactical repositioning. Okay, let's do this. Roll a dice. D3 points for Supremacy.
2.
2 points. So it is now 10 points to 11. You're in the lead. You have Linebreaker, 10 points to 12. I have Linebreaker, 11 points to 12. You're winning by 1 point.
At the moment, yeah.
And the person who goes first rolls a dice. And that was me. And I roll low. And if I roll a 1-2, this game is over. And with this tactical repositioning, it's not cowardice. With tactical repositioning, the Necrons win this day. Roll low for the Emperor. Roll high, I mean roll high, and it did. It wasn't a 1-2. We're going on to turn 6. Here are the orders for the Space Marines. The priority orders have come down from High Command Kingslayer. What this means is only my Warlord can achieve Kingslayer. They want Gabriel Locke to take out the Necron Lord. Emperor's Retribution is still in my hand, and Psychological Warfare. Here we are after the movement phase for the Space Marines, the Quad Bolter and the Dreadnought closing in on Objective 6, and that's all that's happening up this side of the table. We've got the Scarabs there, the Wraiths there, and a couple of Space Marine units over here, and that's it. All the action is happening under the entrance to the Tomb World here. The Storm Raven zipping all the way across here. Now my captain, Gabriel Locke, was there. He's come round, heeding the order, priority orders received, to take out that Necron Lord. The Necron Lord does not have an invulnerable save. I have a Relic Blade and a Combi Grav on me. Maybe, just maybe, I can take it down. And then priority orders received, take an objective that was not priority orders received. Emperor's Retribution, take an objective that was previously controlled by the opponent. I tried to advance this bike zip onto that objective. Didn't roll high enough. No command points left. He was going to get there, and then I was going to spray the Scarabs with the Storm Raven and then take it automatically. But that hasn't happened. Instead, my Scouts are going to have to shoot into these Scarabs and then charge, because they're a troop choice, and all I really need to do is charge them, to be honest. So long as I'm in close combat there, I will outnumber them, and I have got objective secured. I will take that one. So that'll be Emperor's Retribution, and then Psychological Warfare, Storm Raven. Throw everything it can at some warriors. So let's go on to the shooting phase. 5 wounds caused by the assault cannon, 5 up saves, and 2 of them saved, 3 of them go down. Then the multi-motor, 3's to hit, 1 hit, and 2's to wound, 1 more goes down, and then the 2 Storm Strike missiles, 2 hit and 2's to wound. They both wound, and that's -3 as well, so 2 more go pop. Clearing 6 away, so the scouts will just rapid fire into them everything it can, because we will charge the scarabs for Emperor's Retribution. Right, scouts, I don't want to kill them all, but let's fire these guns, hitting on 3s. That was 6 hits, wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, too many. Then after the smoke clears down here, leaving 1 Necron warrior remaining, Matthias and the quad bolter start slamming into the wraiths up by this toxic pool. And one of the wraiths goes down. One of them is left with 2 wounds remaining. Matthias will go swinging in there and try and clear them off. And now the only thing really left to fire is up here, Warlord versus Warlord. So first of all, my chaplain will try and shoot his Warlord to take a wound off of him. Pull the pistol, hits and doesn't wound because the Lord is toughness 5. And now Gabriel Locke will try and kill him. He's got Kingslayer. It doesn't matter whether I do it in the shooting phase or hit him with my sword. Just, it has to be Gabriel Locke. So, twin bolt guns on the bikes. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Everything hits. Strength 4, toughness 5. And no wounds. So let's fire the combi grav. The non-grav part, 3's to hit because I'm firing both together. And 5's to wound, no wounds. Let's fire the grav. It's rapid fire, 18-inch range, so 2 shots at this range, 3's to hit. Rerolling 1s. 1 hit. Strength 5, toughness 5. 4's to wound. Doesn't wound. So let's assault. That's it for the shooting phase. Gabriel Locke in on the Warlord, charging in. 9 inches, that'll make it. The scouts trying to charge in on the scarabs. 7 inches. That will make it. And we'll do the overwatch for the race off camera in a second, but let's see if Matthias gets him. 10 inches. That will make it too. Matthias makes it in. He puts his back to the wall and fights the 2 wraiths. He hits on 3s with his fist. 3 hits. He wounds on 2s. 2 wounds. 2, 3 up invulnerable saves on the wraiths. And both of them, that was a 1 and a 2, both of them get smashed. I'm going to have to rename him Honoured Brother Matthias, the Wraith Killer. He holds objective 6, and that will be Emperor's Retribution as well, because he's taken an objective that was previously controlled by the enemy. Down to the scouts over here. And the scouts managed to put 2 wounds on a base, and then over here, the chaplain and Gabriel Locke meet the enemy warlord on the bridge above this bottomless pit. I will swing with the chaplain first to try and take some wounds off of him. And the chaplain hits on 2s. And he's strength 5 versus toughness 5, so he wounds on 4s, and he doesn't wound. So it comes down to Gabriel Locke. He will hit on 2s. Everything hits. Relic Blade is +2 strength. He will wound on 3s. No! It's 1 wound. You get a 6 up save. It's -3 AP. You get a 6 up save, Nick.
No.
And you don't make it. And this does D3 damage, which does 2 damage, which was reduced to 1. And he takes 1 more wound, which he'll heal up again next turn. And that was my chance. He's a villain. That was my chance to get into the lead. And that is the end of my turn. You get to strike back here. You get to strike back there. And the Necron Lord swung back at Gabriel Locke and did nothing, of course. And then over here, the scarabs tried to eat the scouts and did nothing. And then that's the end of my turn 6. And I will get a point for Emperor's Retribution, making it 11 points to 11, unless you fail Psychological Warfare. Yeah?
Yeah.
So leadership 10, you lost 8 models.
1 or 2.
And you rolled a 5, which is a failed psychological test. He gets wiped out. And that means I get 2 points, which means all of a sudden it's 1 point in the lead for the 13th. Just 1 point in it. As we go on to Necron's turn 6. And looking across the board, you've got some scarabs.
Yeah, some scarabs.
Some scarabs.
And a lord.
And a lord. You could jump off into that pit if you want. Here are the Necron orders. Area denial, make sure there's no Space Marines within 6 inches of the centre, and the Storm Raven is. And secure Objective 3 and defend Objective 5. Here we are after the Necron movement phase, and area denial and defending Objective 5, which is right in the centre of the table, isn't going to happen. In fact, the only thing that could possibly happen is secure Objective 3, and in order to do that, the Cryptek must join these scarabs and take these scouts out of the picture. These scarabs have moved forward on this side of the battle grid to make sure that they are behind enemy lines, so there's line breaker going on. And Nick told me right at the start of the game that they've got a rather special rule about this terrain feature. You can't get off right or left. That is a bottomless pit. I mean, it could have just been a crater and he could have jumped down and run away to help prevent a warlord kill, but no, his warlord, his lone hero, is trapped on this bridge with a chaplain and a captain either side of him swinging at him. So it's going to be a fight to the last, a fight to the death for this lord beneath the gates of his own citadel. And the shooting phase is over because there's nothing to shoot, and then the Cryptek comes wheeling in here, and he's got 1 attack, we just figured out. He hits on a 3 and he misses. Oh no.
Scarabs.
And then it's the scarabs. And they hit on 3s and they always wound on 5s. That's 4 hits. And 1 wound, 1 pull-up save on the scout, and he's alive. And you want to swing away first with your lord?
I'll go to the lord on...
My warlord?
Yeah.
Okay, go
Mr.
for it.
Fowl.
And he hits 3 times. And he'll wound on 4s. And he'll wound twice, and I have a 3-up invulnerable save, which I make both times. And that's the end of your turn. And now, Captain Gabriel Locke will swing at your warlord, hitting on 2s. Everything hits. Strength 6, toughness 5. Don't roll a bunch of 2s, winners. Okay. This time, 3 of them get through. It's minus 3 AP, so you need 3 6-up saves. And you fail them all. How many wounds has he got left?
4 wounds.
Because he healed up, right?
Yeah, it's
He's
4.
back up to 4 wounds. Now, each of these does D3 damage, but I reduce the damage by 1. So, that's 2, 4, 5. So that becomes a 1, 1, and a 2. Is 4 damage.
It's dead.
That's Slay the Warlord. That's 1 point. And that's Priority Orders received. That's 3 points. And that's Kingslayer for D3 more points. And with 1 swing of his mighty sword, that's 6 points right there. And with that final blow, with the Necron Lord falling into that black pit, this is the way the world ends. 18 points to 11. I've got a point for Linebreaker, 19-11. You've got a point over here, 19-12. Nick is calling it there. I mean, he's got a couple of scarabs and a couple of scarabs left, and for some reason, somehow, the 13th have managed to pull it out of the bag. Defeat the Necrons in front of the gates of their tomb world. Now we have taken this ground, maybe we can hold it, and all the Imperial Landers and the Imperial Guard and the Admech will come down here to blast their way through this tomb. So I really enjoyed myself, not just because I won, but because it was a close game until it wasn't. It was very, very close until finally the Necrons ran out of assets, and Gabriel Locke, first time I've used him in 8th edition, managed to take the head off the enemy warlord there. Epic, thematic, I liked it. How about you, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a really enjoyable game. I know at the beginning I was behind quite a bit, but I always thought there was a good chance of coming back, and then the cards went my way.
Yeah.
Clawed my way back.
Yeah.
If the game had ended turn 5, would have been mine. So I got to a good position.
Yep.
But it obviously slipped away right at the end there.
Yeah, basically a dice roll in it. If it had ended in turn 5, you'd have won, and it's ended in turn 6, and I've now got an unassailable lead, and I've won. So, yeah, one turn away from winning the game there. The Necrons nearly did all they could, but in the end, it is a victory for the Imperium. So I want to thank Hiddick Beer for inviting me down. Check out his YouTube channel. He's a lover, not a fighter. He's a member of the War Games Alliance as well. There'll be links in the credits below. And I want to thank everyone for listening and watching, and all my patrons for supporting me. Typically at this point I give some shout outs about the terrain, but all this stuff is custom built by Nick, so well done. The battle mat is... Where's the battle mat from?
Deep Cut Studio.
Deep Cut Studios. This is one of their battle mats. That's it. Thank you everyone for listening. Happy wargaming.